Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Peak Politics Podcast. I am your host, Wyatt, and I am here, as always, with my other host,
Andrew. I was about to make a Joe Biden joke, and then you actually started recording.
Oh.
About to go up there and just smell your hair and be like, yeah, I like recording in the same studio as you.
Oh, there you go. So, just like you said, we are actually in the same studio today.
Relax. Just let it happen.
Oh, no. No Joe Biden.
I can't do a Joe Biden impression anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to nail down.
Yeah, he's got the the thing.
Yeah, the thing.
The thing, yeah.
Yeah, from Marvel.
The thing.
From the Fantastic Four.
Yes, the thing.
Okay. So this intro is gone.
No, it's right where it needs to be.
I guess. So this is episode 3
here
of the Peak Politics Podcast, and this is going to be split into 2 parts because we don't have a lot of time to record this at the moment. So we're going to record half of it now and then half of it on Sunday whenever Andrew gets back to his home.
Yeah, we have a furry orgy to attend in the next 30 minutes, so we really need to get this going.
Yep. So yeah, if we want to talk about the first topic, which is the Covington Catholic Kids.
Now, you may remember these children from that one time they were accosted by a jackass and then blamed for it, and then someone tried to get them killed by doxing them. Remember those kids?
Yeah. So basically,
and by someone, I mean basically everyone that works for any sort of media production.
Yeah.
Like all of them. They're all assholes.
Yep, they are. So they actually won a 200. Well, they received, or one of them. Sorry, one of the students, the main one who was sort of
examined.
Yeah.
The guy.
Yeah.
One smirking in the video and being accosted and being treated like crap and somehow expected to. It's funny. He acts the only way he could possibly act that is right. He does exactly nothing.
Yep.
Gets called racist for it.
Yeah.
I mean, literally doesn't do a single freaking thing. Doesn't move. Nothing. Nothing is done. He literally does not do a thing. He's racist.
Yeah. He just sat there.
Hashtag confirmed. Existence is racist.
Yep.
Things that exist, racist.
Yeah.
It's racist. How dare you?
I mean, we already knew this, considering
If you really want to be anti-racist, put a bullet in your head.
Exactly.
It's the only way.
Yep.
Racism is like suffering, in the Buddhist sense. You can't escape it. You can't elevate it. All you have to do is give money to Jesse Jackson, and you will ascend to enlightenment, and you'll be a Buddha, and it'll be great, and then you won't be a racist.
Yep.
But until you give all of your money to white politicians, you're just no good.
Yep.
That's how this works.
Yeah, that's 100% how it works. And so the Washington Post was actually sued by one of those
CNN
students.
as well, but I think they ended up settling on that.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know about that. But according to this article, it just says the Washington Post to pay Covington student Nick Sandman after $250 million lawsuit. Yeah, the guy deserved pieces of shit.
Yeah, the only reason we're bringing this up, because this lawsuit, I don't know how many people you are, it's pretty old, is the fact that he actually won this lawsuit against the Washington Post, at least it seems. And, I mean, of course, I don't really know the details, but the interesting thing with that is he'd been doing this for a month at this point, months.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to see him win.
Well, he filed it in February of last year.
Yeah, it's been, I guess, over a year then.
Yeah.
And it's insane that it took him this long to win it. Such a clear-cut case of defamation. I mean, they literally said he was attacking a Native American when it was the exact reverse. The Native American guy went up and accosted him after a group of black Hebrew Israelites, a bunch of racist jackasses, were screaming slurs at him.
Yeah.
He is only a victim. He can only be in this situation, no matter how you cut it, no matter how you look at it. He is a victim, period.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's ridiculous they went after him the way they did. Tried to dox him. Basically tried to get him killed. Because when you dox someone like that, you expect them to get hurt.
Yeah, 100%.
So, it's ridiculous. It's insane.
Yep. Right.
They shouldn't have fought it. Honestly, it's insane they even fought it. They should have owned up and been like, yeah, we're the adults here, and we tried to get a 16-year-old killed.
Yep. They should have
just owned it, and they should have paid out, and they should have been like, okay, we're not going to do that.
Yeah,
we're sorry we did that. We shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, they should.
But they can't. He wore a MAGA hat, so he must be evil, right?
Yep. Apparently.
He must be Satan.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, that's really the only reason that we're bringing it up. So yeah, alright.
Whoever threw that libel and slander, your mom's a hoe.
Hey, the best meme of all time goes to...
Actually, the best meme of all time has got to be the propane one.
Oh yeah, propane.
You shall know propane.
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen that video where Hank Hill is about to use WD-40 to, like, I guess, grease something up, and then he can't get the cap off his big can of WD-40, so he takes off his belt, another smaller can of WD-40 to WD-40 his WD-40?
That's great.
The most self-aware shot I've ever seen.
The memes are strong.
The memes are strong with this one.
Yeah. All right. So next topic.
Yeah, De Blasio. We're back at it.
Yep.
We're back at it. Took us all 3 seconds, man.
Yep, we are back at it.
Every time the man opens his mouth, he says something more and more ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, if I didn't know better, I'd say he was Joe Biden.
Yeah.
But no one's that crazy.
Well, that's not even craziness. It's just at least De Blasio can string sentences together in a, somewhat. Bro, everybody heard you mention this topic. Oh no.
Everyone can suck my dick.
Gosh. Wow, and then didn't you just spill the freaking sugary crumbs all over my desk?
I will vacuum that.
Okay, you better. So, the difference between De Blasio and Biden, though, is at least De Blasio knows where he is whenever he flies somewhere. And at least he also doesn't wake up thinking it's the 1920s. And at least he can string a sentence together.
There's a lot of things De Blasio can do.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that he's the best. Well, he's definitely not, but he's definitely better than Biden on most of those things. He's not constantly tested for cognitive.
Listen. You crap all over Joe Biden, but I know that if Joe Biden ever needed to, he could wrap a train around his fist and go challenge Corn Pop. Can De Blasio do that? Could De Blasio ever stand up to Corn Pop?
No.
Because De Blasio's a coward.
Yeah.
Joe Biden's not a coward. Joe Biden's a proud racist. He's not afraid to say so.
I mean, yeah. He kind of is. Oh yeah, speaking of that, and I'll try to put this in there too. Just a quick mention since we brought up.
We didn't say what De Blasio said, actually. Do you want to get to that real quick? We just told you being a dumbass. We didn't tell you what type of dumbass.
Okay, so he said that Black Lives Matter matters more than all other groups.
So, thank you, Terry Crews, for predicting the future. Like, really?
Yeah.
Remember? Let's make sure that Black Lives Matter doesn't become Black Lives Better.
Yep, exactly.
Well, here we are.
Exactly.
Here we fucking are. Don't give them ideas, goddammit.
Yeah. Stop it. It's terrible.
Stop giving them ideas.
Yep. But yeah, no. De Blasio is still stupid as always.
I think that about covers it. We will leave a link to the article, and you can go see all of his comments yourself. We just felt it was important to mention, once again, as it will probably become a regular thing on the show, De Blasio's an idiot. You're idiots to have voted for him. You're idiots to give him more than a 2% approval rating.
Yeah.
And thank you, frankly, for showing to me that New York City, the largest city by density, and one of the most profitable cities, and really in terms of wealth generated, good God, also is housing the stupidest mother effers alive. We get AOC, we get De Blasio, we get people thinking Cuomo's good. I mean, you have to be functionally retarded to vote for these people.
Functionally retarded?
I mean,
how does that work?
Well, here's how I think, right? I think they find people who literally couldn't qualify for a driver's license, and they go, I want you to vote for me. That's their market. People that could not pass a test to get a driver's license.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so...
like the Napoleon Bonapartes of the world.
Yeah.
Sorry, Napoleon Dynamites.
Yeah.
Actually, either or.
Since we brought up Biden, do you remember what he said this week?
What did he say this week, Wyatt? Please inform me.
So he said that Trump was the first racist president that we've ever had.
I kind of remember Woodrow Wilson and LBJ, so I'm going to say no.
Yeah, and wasn't also JFK as well?
I don't know if JFK was a racist. I know he was a serial abuser of women.
It wasn't he, or was it somebody else who said that I'm going to have these...
That was LBJ.
That was LBJ? Okay.
Yeah.
I always get them.
Well, I understand why, but I mean, I love how he's like, he was the first president. A lot of people tried, racist president, have tried to get elected. He's the first one. Actually, the first one was Barack Obama, if we're going by today's standards.
Yeah.
And I don't even think that's true. I think you go back way farther. Everyone up until Jackson was a slaveholder.
Yeah.
Every single person up until Jackson owned slaves.
Yep.
And he's our first racist president?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Winston Churchill's also our oldest president.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what he thinks as well, yeah.
So as far as presidential history, let's be honest, this man doesn't know jack shit. He barely understands that Barack Obama was president. He's probably forgotten that already.
Yeah, probably. He forgot his name once whenever he was like,
former
boss.
My boss. Former Vice President Joe Biden. Former Vice President? No. Oh, that'll be his next comment.
Right, yeah. It's just crazy, man. Like,
to Barack Obama, oh yeah, the well-spoken black guy. Best spoken black guy I've ever heard. I mean, Biden is such a fucking mess.
He is. He's so
Why
bad.
is this a real candidate?
Because they're using him.
Well, but why are people taking this seriously? Why is anyone that has eyes and that is intending to vote looking at this man and going, this is better than Trump? He literally can't form a sentence, and when he does, it comes out racist 25% of the time.
Yeah.
You need to deal with that.
Yeah, the thing is the good thing is that there are some people who are seeing this and are walking away. I spoke to a friend of mine, their mother, I'm not going to say her name, you don't even know her, but she's a registered Democrat, but she said that she's...
Well, that was your first mistake. No,
yeah, no, but she's going to vote for Trump because she doesn't like the how the Bernie Sanders wing of the Democratic Party is taking over and how they're controlling Biden. And she sees
Biden copy-pasted Joe Biden copy-pasted Bernie Sanders' plans. So it's like, this is not a... You didn't make a choice, America. When you voted in those primaries and you chose Joe Biden, you didn't actually make that choice.
Nope.
You didn't. You weren't given a real choice. So maybe pull a Bernie Sanders, groupie, circa 2016, vote for Trump to piss these people off. Because I would also like a Democrat Party that was sane and reasonable. I don't mind having people more left-leaning than I am. I just mind when they're out here for blood, going out of their way to say disgusting things and try and tear down this country. Yeah. It's fine to be slightly more left-wing and want slightly more left-leaning policies if you can explain the rationale behind that. We're still going to argue about it, obviously, but it's way better than you being a rabid, anti-American jackass.
Exactly.
And I don't think it's that...
the Democratic Party.
Yeah, I don't think it's too much to ask for. To go back to, a sane and reasonable two parties who oppose each other on certain things or together on others, and now the only thing they can agree on is let's fuck over the poor people. That's it. That's all they can agree to do is just raise spending, raise military, raise welfare. All they can agree to do is ensure that your money is worthless in 10 years.
Well, actually, Democrats, they don't agree on propping up the military.
No, they always vote for it. They'll always say okay as long as it comes to more welfare.
They vote for it, but Obama...
I don't care what they say. What they vote matters more. They have always been okay with it if it meant more. Well, no. I mean Congress, man. Okay. Congress has always been okay with it if it came with a welfare increase. Always. That's the deal they've always cut. Welfare increase plus military. There's never been a deal that didn't go like that at this point. Not in the recent history. So
you know more about that than I was talking from the executive.
Well, again, I don't care what they say. I care what the Congress people do because Obama signed legislation built by his party, and his party will vote for these things if it comes to the welfare increase.
Right. Yeah.
So these people are blowing out the budget. They're consistent about that, and what that means is this is the thing where I think Peter Schiff made a really good point: is that you may think Trump cut your taxes, but frankly, he increased inflation so bad because of what he did with COVID and his budgeting that he was doing the past couple of years. It doesn't matter that he cut your taxes. Your money's going to be worthless in a couple of years. And we really need to get on the Rand Paul train here and just fight this rabid spending. It's insane.
Yeah.
Because you will pay for it with inflation. You will turn around one day and your $10,000 won't be worth crap. It'll be worth what $100 is now. And you'll be like, where the fuck did my money go? Nowhere. It didn't go anywhere. It just lost value because of these really shit policies that no one's opposing.
Yeah, it's bad.
The inflation tax is how Peter Schiff described it, and I agree with his general premise, is that if you're going to sit there and insist that the government can just print money, and there's no problem with that, just take out more debt, print more money, that has a real issue. There's some real issues there. And as Greece will tell you, once your debt becomes above a certain percentage of your GDP, people stop buying it up. You will not get people to invest in you. They won't buy your bonds. They won't buy crap because they're like, well, you obviously can't pay it back.
Right.
There's no chance it will give us this money back. So... we're hitting a point here where this is going to collapse rather drastically.
Yeah.
The dollar's going to go first. So, if these politicians don't get their head on tight real quick, and I don't think that they will, we're screwed. You need to be investing in gold and cryptocurrency, which should not suffer the same way.
Yeah.
Or stocks, put into stocks you like. But I'd recommend gold or cryptocurrency. That's not going to suffer the same way.
Yep.
slightly more volatile. And gold is actually rock solid. Buy
Yeah.
gold. But, you know, cryptocurrency is more volatile than the U.S. dollar, obviously, but that may not be the case for much longer.
Yeah.
And you will see cryptocurrencies go up in value as the dollar decreases because people will be relying on them more.
Yeah.
So I seriously recommend it. While you have an opportunity now, buy some crypto with your U.S. dollar before U.S. dollar doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
So pretty soon you won't be able to afford to buy crypto. It won't mean anything. You buy you can spend a couple $1,000s on it. You probably won't even get anywhere with the way it's going at the moment. So I mean, seriously, buy some crypto while you have the opportunity.
Yeah, I agree. All right, we're gonna have to add those to the doc.
No, I don't think we need to put a link or anything in there. I'm just saying that one of the things with like this.
At least about what Biden said.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll add that. But it's some of the things with Biden and the Bernie Sanders thing, like I said, the registered Democrat. I think that's my Trump train. I'm glad people on the Trump train, they're realizing this is bullshit, but the Republican Party blowing up the spending is a problem.
Yeah.
And if we're not going to get fiscal conservatism back in, I don't know if we should be voting for these people at all.
Yeah.
I'll vote for Trump because he's going to get another 4 years. That's fine. But I want to see someone that's a real fiscal conservative run next time. That is going to be way. I mean, I am really, really concerned about the value of the dollar dropping.
Yeah.
Because this has been that's going to be one of the worst fallouts from all this. It's not going to be the coronavirus.
Yeah.
It's not going to be disease. It's not going to be. I mean, it may be job loss because of the way they forcibly shut down the economy.
Yeah.
But one of the things you're going to notice for sure is while you're sitting there on the couch collecting a check, thinking, "Oh, money comes off trees, grows off trees," you're going to pay for that. You're going to pay for that real bad, especially if you are lower income and you don't have a ton of money. That is going to really suck it's going to hit like a motherfucker when the meager amount you have saved up is just wiped out by inflation. Doesn't mean anything. So buy gold, buy Bitcoin, buy stocks,
all that good stuff.
Just diversify.
Yep, 100%.
Savings account is not going to help you at this point.
Nope. All right. So, moving on to the next topic. So, our prediction was right. Crimes are still going up. We called it. We said it was going to...
But we were wrong about one thing.
What?
I was intending crimes to get worse, more savage, less polite. I mean, considerably less etiquette involved in the shooting of someone. They have actually moved in a different direction. Crime has increased, but they've decided, listen, we'll shoot you at the funeral home so we don't have to move you very far.
Yeah.
This has been actually a good move on their part. If we're going to be having people shot in Chicago, record numbers, shoot someone outside of a funeral home, please. It makes our jobs easier. Or maybe don't be murderous. I mean, take a pick.
But yeah, in Chicago.
But for real, the etiquette on that, beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having some fucking manners when you murder people.
Yeah, I guess. So yeah, in Chicago, there's.
I mean, is there any other silver lining to the situation?
No.
No. Okay.
No,
good.
there isn't. So in Chicago, there's a shootout at a funeral home there that sent at least 15 people to the hospital. Like.
You dumbasses! They were already at the funeral home. If you finished the job, they wouldn't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Idiots.
No, but it's terrible, man. And yeah, we already hammered this. I don't know if it was last week.
This is a drive-by, by the way, so that's just so you know. Drive-bys are getting more intense.
Yeah, they really are. It's crazy. Yeah, they found 60 shell casings. But yeah, anyways, we'll...
To be fair, I'm going to be honest, though, that doesn't even compare to the Chaz.
Oh, yeah, no.
I mean, over 300 rounds into a single car in Chaz.
Yeah.
So, even the city, even Chicago, with its limited, hamstrung, like absolutely cucked police force, is so much better than police-free Chaz.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, really, it is astounding. You done over there?
I had to adjust my mic.
No, you didn't.
No,
you didn't.
What?
All right, proceed.
So, yeah, let's see. Yeah, so really no change there. You know, that increase in crimes. It's as long as these places, you know, they cut their police's budget. That's what's
Well, in
gonna
Chicago,
happen.
I don't know if they did for sure, like to what extent. I just know that
Right.
this is a continuation of serious crime in Chicago, generally speaking.
Yeah, Chicago's been really bad for a while.
And I think there's some obvious policies at play, but
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. So speaking of Chicago leadership, the mayor
How are you going to be anti-police in Chicago? I mean, like, they're not doing anything anyway.
Yeah.
Like, what are you protesting? Yeah. They're useless. And it's fun to watch.
There we go. I'm gonna have to buy a new freaking mic stand.
Get cucked.
So, now we're moving on. I don't know why you couldn't just take it while I was trying to fix that instead of just
I'm having way too much fun watching it.
Such an ass. Oh well, it's fine. So basically, the mayor of Chicago, she's been very vocal about
her plans to store Dorothy's little dog and
yeah.
the shoes and all the good stuff.
Yep.
What I don't remember the plot of that movie. You just sue me.
You're pretty close.
Pretty close. Okay.
So yeah, no, she's pretty bad, and she actually had a conversation with Trump to discuss plans for the.
Stop the clickety click.
Excuse me. For the federal officers being deployed to the city, and then guess who showed up at her house?
And it seems to be as a result of her talking to Trump.
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't know that as a mayor of a major U.S. city, you corresponding with the president was reason enough to have threatening demonstrations occur outside your house.
Yeah.
Granted, it turned into a dance party. Good.
Yeah.
That's what you should do in Chicago. In Chicago, when you see children being gunned down, you should dance outside the mayor's house because she talked to the president. That is priorities.
Yeah.
Priority, Chicago. Good job. Good. Just slow clap.
Yep.
You got your shit together, man. You got your shit together.
100%.
Tyler's getting their brains blown out, and our mayor talked to the fucking president. I know which one we're going to care about.
Yeah. 100%, man. 100%.
Dude, we're surprised there wasn't a fucking drive-by outside her house.
Yeah, for real.
Like with this city, frankly, I'm not encouraging that, but it would have been an improvement.
Ooh. Damn.
I can immediately raise the IQ of any area with these people protesting by simply removing them from the area.
Yeah.
Whatever room temperature IQ is, or whatever like just generic static IQ of an empty space is higher than what they bring. They bring a negative value.
There you go. Got them. Yeah.
I don't know why I said room temperature. That's actually a value. I meant the absence of intelligent thought is by itself a more rational, logical, and understandable course of reasoning than anything these fuckers do.
Yep. Simple as that. Simple as that, man. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, no, she's a twat.
And even if she wasn't a twat, like, her city sucks so bad, I can't bring myself to like her.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, I've lived in some cities in Texas here, some fairly large ones, and nothing even compares to the crap you see in some of these Democrat-run cities. It's just insane. Like, it's actually a problem of leadership. I mean, it's not necessarily just a demographic problem or anything like that. There's actually some serious policy and leadership problems in these cities that are not being addressed.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%, definitely not being addressed. Shouldn't really talk about any of those issues. Unless she's forced to.
Well, since I wasn't being specific, which issues do you mean?
Huh?
I wasn't being specific, so which issues are you talking about?
Well, just like she kind of really wasn't really addressing violence until Trump was like, yeah, we're going to send all these federal,
Well, it is amazing she's out there weekly doing press conferences on new dead people, because if she gave a crap about her city, she'd be shining a light on this.
Yep.
But she's playing a political game in which she's not allowed to admit the fact that anything that a Democrat touches turns to shit, just like that.
Instantly.
Instantaneously.
Yeah, instantly.
California was cool, then it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. New York was getting a lot better, and then it wasn't. But yeah, and I think it's funny, like, and the fact that the protesters went to her home after she had a conversation with Trump, doesn't mean that she's pro-Trump now. But
they've learned their lesson from Chaz.
Yeah.
Nothing you do inside a city, no matter how many, I don't care how many children you slaughter, I don't care how many businesses you destroy, I don't care how many lives you ruin, I don't care who has to suffer. If you show up in front of my front house and make a mild amount of noise, you have now carried it too far.
Yep, exactly.
That's how you deal with these politicians.
Yep.
These self-centered, egotistical motherfuckers.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, they are pushing for a French Revolution. These people don't realize it. They don't understand what they're doing. But a revolution eats its own first.
Yep.
And they are encouraging this activity while showing everyone available. Anyone that wants to look, they are showing that they are incompetent. Not even just incompetent. They are outright hateful of the people of their cities. They are actively encouraging 100%. The suffering and death of people in their cities.
Yep.
When that mob comes from you, decides you're part of the patriarchal, capitalistic, exploitative, oppressive society, and decides to cut your head off, do not expect a single one of your registered Republican constituents or citizens. Don't expect a single person who disagrees with the protesters to help you. They won't. They have no room in their heart for you.
No
You've made it impossible to love you.
Exactly. Yep.
For example, I mean, if I lived in Chicago at the moment, and even if I vehemently disagreed with the protests, thought they were stupid, thought the riots were stupid, thought the violence was unacceptable, even if all that was true, if I saw them dragging her ass out to a guillotine, I would not do a damn thing to help her. I wouldn't. Because here's the fact: it'd make the world a better place.
That's true.
It's brutal. It sucks. It will be a better place without people like this in it.
Yeah.
Just because it's wrong, I understand it's wrong, doesn't mean people won't see it that way. Yeah. Don't count on the moral misgivings or the moral, I guess, whims of people better than you, because you've made it impossible to love you.
Exactly.
There is no room for love in our hearts. No love in our hearts for you, specifically.
Yeah.
It's impossible. These mayors are terrible. If de Blasio gets axed, I'm just going to laugh. If she gets brought to a guillotine, I won't give a crap. If they hang Eric Garcetti, I am not going to complain.
Right.
I literally won't care. It's nothing I just couldn't care less at this point. They will get everything they deserve, and nothing less.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not asking for a French Revolution. I'm just telling you I would not even the slightest amount oppose it.
Yeah.
I can't think of a single politician, any of them, that I think are so valuable that it would be terrible to see them and everyone else die. Like, the net positive of all of them going is probably just too good. Like, I'd miss Ted Cruz, but sorry, dude.
Damn. Savage. That breaks my heart, man. That breaks my heart.
Ted Cruz broke my heart. When his father was the fucking guy that killed JFK.
I really, that's making me want really look forward to the debates, man. If they're even going to happen, because I really want to see Trump.
But listen, frankly, Joe Biden, Corn Pop was your father, and he killed Abraham Lincoln. Let's just be honest here. Let's be frank here.
Yep. I can't wait. I can't wait.
What crap is Trump going to spew next, man?
I can't.
I'm so pumped.
Wait. I'm really excited to see
that is one public execution I will actively cheer for.
Oh, yeah.
Just murk that dude, Trump.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And he will, too. That he is freaking merciless.
I rescind my previous statements on guillotines. I don't want to see that to happen to anyone.
Yeah, right.
That was just an emotional rant.
Mm-hmm.
But be aware that's how most people feel at this point.
Just
be aware that there's a lot of people with serious hatred in their heart towards these individuals.
Yeah, quite a lot.
And it has nothing to do with some bullshit socialist communism. Like, we hate these people because of who they are, not because of what they represent, but because of their actions. We are using the Martin Luther King model and judging them entirely upon the content of their character, and it's that which we absolutely despise. So,
100%, yeah. Of course.
Fuck that wicked witch-looking motherfucker.
Yeah, looks like freaking the troll from Lord of the Rings.
She actually doesn't look like the wicked witch, but I mean, she just... Oh my god.
She looks like the troll from Lord of the Rings.
That's racist white.
No, it's not.
That's racist white.
That's not.
Why? That's racist.
Dude, Quarter Black Garrett said that.
Quarter Black Garrett's black. You're not black. You can't do that.
Dude, it's not because she's black. It's because she's ugly. She looks like a troll because she's ugly. Okay? Look at her face. She's ugly. Okay?
At least I finally got a hot black dude in office. I'm sorry, I was stolen straight from Milo. Remember Milo when he tweeted at Leslie Jones?
Yeah.
I'm so glad they had a hot black dude to the movie, Ghostbusters, because she was in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah. All right, so moving on to the
I
next
think
topic.
it's actually on the same frequencies. There's more of the federal troops being deployed.
Yep.
Specifically, it's not in Portland. Well, this was interesting. Who was the politician calling them Gestapo? Someone literally referred to the federal agents in the federal courthouse as Gestapo. I don't have words, man.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And the thing too is like a bunch of people were saying
Trump is literally a Nazi. Give up your right to bear arms.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. This is sound reasoning here.
Yeah. Yeah. And one thing that really annoyed me is with this is a whole bunch of people who were saying like, you know, that this is tyrannical, blah blah blah, and all this stuff. And
there are some good arguments being made, but I think they completely ignore the root of this, which is that there are people conducting federal offenses.
Yep.
They are in violation of federal law on federal grounds.
Yep.
So federal troops deal with them.
Exactly.
I don't see. Show me the error.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Now, is it probably not the best idea to make sure that
I don't know what would be better, because the guy that came out, the CPB guy said, listen, if we put name tags on people and allow them to identify themselves, they get doxxed. Their families get harassed, possibly murdered.
Yeah.
What is the alternative? If you're going to murder cops for being cops, but we still need the cops, then of course you hide their identities.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell else are they supposed to do?
It's pretty.
Let a federal court burn?
No.
What sort of message does that send?
Yeah.
I mean, if you thought Portland belonged to NAFTA before, I mean, it will literally belong to them at the point the federal government refuses to do their job, because the local government said they won't.
Yep.
The local government said, listen, they're allowed to kill as many people as they want.
Yeah.
And there's other things. I mean, there's a lot of discussion about how, law and order, this is terrible. It's insidious, satanic, I mean, literal devil worship kind of evil. They're like, oh, yes, kill the citizens, kill the citizens, kill the citizens that elected me to office, kill them all, yes, I'm an interracial child molester. I mean, this is like Alex Jones level satanic evil. Yeah. It's insane. And they are out there lighting fire to federal buildings.
Yeah.
And how the fuck is that not going to be a problem? You think that won't spread somewhere else? You think you won't see a Chaz in Portland? You saw it in Seattle.
Yep.
I mean, those are citizens that maybe they didn't even elect you, but at the very least they are under your protection. Yeah. At the very least, they're in your city, whether they chose you or not. You were elected in a city. That city elected you specifically to better the city. You are watching your citizens die.
Yeah.
What else would you fucking call it? You are supporting it.
Yeah.
What else are we supposed to call this but literal devil worship?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
You are sacrificing people to the altar of your disgusting woke god.
Yeah.
What the fuck else am I supposed to call this?
I mean, you hit it right on the nose. Right on the nose. What?
I don't have anything else to add.
Okay. But for those of you who disagree with this, we do have some sources that are going to be linked.
Well, I just want to know what the alternative is.
Yeah.
Can you explain to me what the alternative is? Because we explained the problems, and I don't know what the alternative is. I would like to hear one. Yeah. If the alternative is, oh, you're a police officer, your family should be put in danger just because of that. You signed up for it, you made a choice. That's not a good solution.
Yeah.
That's not a good solution, actually.
It doesn't solve
You did not sign up to have your home address leaked to the public. You signed up to maybe get shot at, listen, you on the job may be in danger. You did not sign up to be killed in your home. Yeah. That is not what you signed up for as a law enforcement agency officer. Any of the agencies that are currently employing these people, they hand out contracts saying, there's a good chance they're going to come to your home, kill your wife, kill your kids, kill you, and, hey, it's part of the job. I've never seen a fucking liability form like that. I've never seen a waiver like that. So, what the fuck are they supposed to do as law enforcement agencies? What are the heads of these agencies supposed to do when their officers are being targeted at their homes?
Yeah.
What is the alternative?
There really isn't.
Because law and order has to be protected. These people in these cities don't deserve to be treated this way. They don't deserve their liberties and their lives trampled upon. And law enforcement agencies, they can't lose all of their staff because they get fucking, killed in their homes. Firebombs their house, blows it up, drive by. I mean, you can't just let them drop like flies.
No, you can't.
So if you want to maintain something effective, these people need to act only upon, like, the only thing they really need to be afraid of is them actually, these officers committing an actual illegal offense and being put in jail. That is the only thing they need to worry about. They don't need to worry about drive-by shootings at their houses. Yeah. They don't need to worry about their kids. Like, this is bullshit. This idea that, because this is the idea I've heard from a couple people, I think you too, Wyatt, specifically Wyatt told me this, on the right, is that, well, they're not identifying themselves, and this and this, yada, yada, yada. Specifically, the not identifying themselves thing is the complaint that Wyatt told me about. Then it's tyranny. Okay, if that is the case, that means you have a good solution, right?
Crickets.
I haven't heard it.
Yeah.
Granted, I'm sure there is one. I'm sure there's a good solution to all these problems.
But we haven't heard.
We haven't heard it.
Yeah.
And I tend to agree that it's not acceptable for them to not identify themselves.
Right.
But if the problem is that they're being doxxed, what is the solution?
Yeah.
Like badge number, I'd probably be okay with.
Yeah.
If they were required to get badge number, and that could be that's fine. Now, if they're not doing that, okay, fine. I can see a problem.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know what the kosher solution to this problem is.
Yeah, I really don't know either, man. I don't. And the thing is the thing that irritates me the most about some people on the right who are thinking like this is they're putting all of the blame on Trump when he's not the one who made that decision.
Well, even if they weren't, even if they're just saying the agency's on their own or acting badly, I still don't get the argument because I don't understand what the alternative is.
Yeah,
and I would get the argument if there was a proper alternative.
Yeah.
If there was like, okay, identify yourself and there's like a rock solid system to ensure you weren't getting doxxed, then I'd understand the problem.
Yeah, 100%.
But since that isn't the case, I think the police have a right to withhold personal information about themselves.
Yeah.
You know, their names and whatnot. Now, again, if they're being asked to provide some sort of identification, they won't even tell you, which agency they belong with.
Yeah.
And they won't give you like a badge number, then okay, I see a problem with that.
Yep.
But is that a widespread problem, or has that been a couple incidents like that? I'd like to know.
I'm pretty sure it's an isolated incident.
And what is the official protocol? Like from the top down, what is the requirement? Because if that's the case, if you're saying that these people need to identify themselves as law enforcement, what is the top down requirement that is either not being met or needs to be issued?
Yeah.
That would fix this problem.
Right.
I'm not willing to call it tyranny because it seems more to me like a sloppy response. This doesn't seem like an attempt to infringe people's rights. It's like, okay, it's federal courthouse. Yeah. You can't burn it down.
Yeah, it's more so defending the property that the government...
And if you want to make the argument they're doing a bad job of it, okay, fine. The government does a bad job all the time. That's a perfectly good argument.
Yeah, then that's
but I don't know that
when it comes to government agencies.
Now, there is legitimate government overreach. Like, there's definitely a possibility of tyrannical government in this country. I don't want to get on the left side and say, oh, tyrannical government, that would never happen. It can totally happen. I don't see it in this case. It seems more like Andrew Klavan's thing with lockdown, saying first, like, no, guys, a 2-week lockdown is not tyranny because it's a public health thing. I agree. The 2-week lockdown, as it was proposed, was hey, listen, we're going to put in some stuff just to try and restrict movements simply because we need to help the hospitals.
Yep.
Totally cool. After the 15-day period, it needed to go.
Yep.
After that point, it became tyranny because you couldn't explain what you were doing. You're over-accepting your bounds. We didn't agree to this. So I will, up to a point, I don't consider it tyranny. I mean, again, obviously the government, give it an inch, take them all, right?
Yeah.
But if this has become standard practice, however, where they're going to wear, like, no identifying markers, maybe like a really small badge on their shoulder, then they're coming around in unmarked cars and just tip you off the street, that becomes standard practice, okay, yes, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's not.
It's not.
I'm out.
It's a few isolated incidents.
And here, like we said, we don't support that as standard practice.
Oh, yeah,
we're totally against it. That's not good standard practice.
The cops that did that, and the thing is we don't even know if those people actually are.
Some of them, confirmed police officers. I mean, I'm just saying I just don't know, like, to what effect. They're saying unmarked cars, people aren't wearing stuff. Yeah. And it's like, well, there's some disputed information on that, to how unmarked the cars were. Mm-hmm. There's also some disputes about whether or not the police officers were actually wearing their badges on their shoulders like I suppose that they were told to do.
Yep.
And so I'm not, again, provide me some video evidence that there are entire groups of officers acting in bad faith, and we can deal with it.
Yep.
For sure.
And they should be dealt with.
Definitely.
Those officers should
bad cops should be weeded out, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
But I'm not 100% sure we're at the level of tyranny yet. I think, especially because they're explicitly telling you what their authority is.
Yep.
Federal court, the federal court building, and any immediate threats they believe to be posed by it, that they have reason to believe.
Yeah.
Like if you say, okay, I'm going to come back and firebomb your fucking building, and they walk away to go get some Molotovs, you don't have a responsibility. You have no obligation to let them go grab the Molotovs before you stop them. If they say, hey, I'm going to go grab some Molotovs, and they walk away, they get like a block away, yes, you go grab that person.
Or after trying to commit arson, or
they try and flee the scene, yes, you go grab that person.
Exactly.
So you have no obligation. This is a castle doctrine. You have no obligation to wait until you are in the worst possible situation. Once you know for a fact you are being threatened, deal with it.
Yep, deal with it.
So, but they've laid that out. That is the doctrine. That is what they're going with.
Yep.
If they stick to that doctrine, it's fine. Because they are laying out the rules. They're telling you what exactly they can and can't do.
Yep.
And if they stay within what they can do, and they don't infringe upon people's rights, I don't see an issue.
Yep.
After all, it's a federal building. That is their property. And frankly, if someone was acting like this around my front yard, I'd have already been shooting them. They would actually be shot at.
Yeah.
There would be dead bodies. The feds are showing amazing restraint.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Restraint that I would not show.
No. If somebody tried to come and burn my house down, they're getting...
We're being interrupted. If you open that door, you're going to hit the fan. Yeah.
Recording?
What are you eating? Good choice.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. I have to edit this.
No, we're not.
Why?
Raw and unedited. Raw and unedited footage here.
Oh my goodness.
Only the best.
Oh boy.
Have we hit all the topics?
That
was the last one, right? The federal.
Yeah. But there's some more general stuff.
We're at 42 minutes. Let's just cut it before Jimmy's eating ice becomes more of a problem than it already is.
Here to shut the door. There's some other stuff that I want to do a little bit more talking about, and maybe because since we have a little bit of time. So earlier you were saying that you wanted a more like fiscal conservative.
Fiscal.
Yeah.
Fiscal, yeah.
Yeah. To run in 2024. What would you like to see right now?
I'd like to see them propose a plan to keep the budget, get it back to like Bill Clinton levels of budget.
Okay.
Like go back 20 years in terms of spending, and keep it there. I want to see a plan proposed. I want to see either amendments to the Constitution or put into U.S. law that you are not under any circumstance allowed to pass a budget higher than the last year. Period. The end. Ever.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. 100%.
Except with inflation, right? Because inflation occurs. I think that's mainly the government's fault, but whatever. Inflation occurs. And let's go ahead and set. Maybe you could even do. Let's go back to Bill Clinton era. Let's see what percentage of GDP the budget was, and let's make up a fake number. Let's say it was like 0.00003% of GDP. Then write into the law that no budget shall ever exceed 0.00003% of GDP.
Right.
Like from the previous year's records.
Yeah.
I mean, make it extremely clear the amount of money you are allowed to do in a year. Cut welfare. Just be honest. Say, listen, welfare's got to go. Austerity cuts have to be made if you want the country to last more than 40 or 50 years. Otherwise, it's going to crash. And if you thought being on welfare sucked now, wait until you don't get the checks and you don't have a job.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. 100%.
So right now, when we have a boom, we have like what we did of jobs. We have a good economy, kind of. The other thing is learn to let the economy suffer.
Yeah.
Learn to let it suffer, man. The economy goes through recessions. Deal with it. I mean, I think Peter Schiff is really good about the fiscal conservatism. He makes a really good point that you will refuse to allow the economy to suffer. So some of these businesses that shouldn't be up and running are. I mean, businesses that are being poorly run are not being weeded out. So competition isn't being allowed to thrive because you've made a bubble.
Yeah.
So you need to let it suffer. You need to let people that make bad choices suffer the consequence.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Otherwise, you're creating this artificial bubble that's going to pop, and then everyone has to deal with the consequences of your shitty choices.
100%.
So go ahead and just get the government out of it. Let whatever suffering needs to occur. We will move forward as a stronger, a more rock-solid economy.
Yeah.
Like this is the thing with capitalism. People just don't understand. People like this don't understand with economies generally. There are ups and downs. You have no control over it.
Yeah.
You have no control over it. You can make an artificial bubble of printing more money, But 30 years down the line, that bubble pops and it hurts like a motherfucker. You're going to wish you just ripped the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
Rip the fucking Band-Aid off, man.
Yeah.
It's time. It's been time. If you're 30 years old, you've seen 3 fucking economic crashes damn near. From 9/11 to 2008 and now this.
Yeah.
And every single one of them, government was involved pretty much.
Yep.
9/11, I don't know how involved the government was. Pretty involved. I'm just kidding.
They were kind of dip into Alex Jones.
Dude, have you seen
territory.
this? No, not really. Have you seen the South Park episode where they try and prove 9/11 was a conspiracy?
No.
And the conspiracy is actually that it's a conspiracy? So the government put out a conspiracy saying they started it because people were like, if we let people know that we couldn't stop 2 planes from flying to the World Trade Center, then they're going to think we're not powerful. Like, we can't let people realize how stupid the government is, so we had to put out a propaganda saying that we did that was an inside job, so they would think we're more competent than we are.
That's hilarious.
That actually sounds way more feasible than anything I've heard.
It does. It really does, for sure.
Dude. Let's talk about. I just want to talk about 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
When Jeffrey Epstein was arrested, some of you may not know this, he was. A lot of his possessions were stripped from his New York office.
Yeah.
One of them was a painting of George W. Bush sitting on the carpet of the Oval Office, playing with paper airplanes and 2 knocked over Jenga towers. And I just wanted you to know that that's an image out there that exists.
Yeah.
And it's phenomenally funny. Like, listen, I understand he rapes children. Dude was funny.
That showcase is pretty good.
Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I understand he rapes kids, and I understand that we probably shouldn't support any aspect of his character. But the dude was funny.
Yeah.
The dude was legitimately funny.
Yeah.
Like, he had that commissioned. He had someone make that for him.
Yeah.
And then he put it in his fucking New York office. He put it in his New York City office.
That's pretty hilarious.
I mean, think what you want about that. I'm thoroughly entertained.
Oh yeah. No,
Like, I hate to admit it, but I probably would have been friends with the guy if I didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
Like, if I didn't know he was diddling kids on the down low, I'd have probably been cool with it. He sounds hilarious.
I mean, that's kind of how Trump was with him. Like, he didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't really know what was going on, and then
he was like, "Oh, yep,
done.
No, get away from me."
Bill Clinton didn't know what was going on, so they were kind of mildly friendly. As soon as Bill Clinton realized what was going on, he was like, "Ooh, best fucking friend."
Yep. Let me just get on your.
Want to get on their private plane to go to the little pedophile island?
How many times?
26.
26 times. That's crazy.
And they were like, Secret Service accompanied the whole time. He couldn't have actually known. Secret Service accompanied them on, like, I think, less than half the flights, if I recall.
Yeah. But anyways, so let's see.
I think we've hit it, right?
No. I like where you were going with when we were talking about what you'd like to see policy-wise. From conservatives going forward.
The other thing is, on foreign policy, I'm really willing to accept a kind of mixed bag. I understand the whole saying the Middle East stop terrorism, and I understand the isolationism idea. I understand the problems of both arguments. I really do, and I think anyone making a case for either can be doing it in good faith. But on the fiscal conservatism, you either are a dumbass or you're trying to screw the country over for quick profit and political gain. Not a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
So, I think it's pretty clear that we need to be really serious about balancing the budget.
Yeah.
And one of the things I'd like to see is if we do that, if we go ahead and make some rules regarding serious spending cuts, I want to see if we can reduce the size of the federal government, like seriously cut down the power and the size of the federal government.
That would be awesome. I would really like to see that.
What are you looking for in 2024?
So,
besides Nikki Haley.
So policy-wise, pretty much exactly what you said. Definitely.
It's really strict, like get the budget under control measures.
Back to that those physical conservative roots that we have, and those values that we have, and sticking to them. So 100% I agree with what you said.
I also want to see a rule that every time you propose a plan that would raise the federal budget or increase spending, you should be publicly beaten on the floor of the Senate, just like dragged into the middle of the Senate and just beaten with like a rubber chicken. I want them to get you a rubber chicken.
Oh, there you
go to town on you.
There you go.
You fucking fool.
The chicken can be Joe Biden.
No.
I mean, he'll be dead by then anyways.
We'll use some of Hillary Clinton's like leftover skin from her liposuction surgery.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Sure. Well,
I'm not making any accusations. I don't know if she had that surgery.
Well, I mean, all I know is she's a lizard person.
All I know is that she probably had to get some skin removed from her vagina after she stopped like shoving kids up there to suffocate them. That's the only way she can get off.
Yeah, considering her husband doesn't want to sleep with her.
You know what? Honestly, that's probably the best thing that's ever happened to them.
Yeah.
Because if I had to sleep with that dude, I couldn't handle myself. I don't care how good he is, but the fact that I know he's been inside of children, I'm just like,
Yeah. And he was also pretty rapey in college, apparently. Because I don't know if you've ever listened to John Mulaney. Have you? So he had a special where the whole thing was centered around him, and he said that
I like how Joe Biden just Bill Clinton light, but with less intelligence and less charisma and less intelligence.
Exactly. Yeah.
He really is just Bill. I'm gonna start calling him Bill Clinton light.
There you go. That's a good nickname. That's definitely a good nickname. But in the special, he talked about how his mother was a lawyer, and so she went to the same law school as Bill Clinton, and he apparently there's this policy on campus where if a girl would be walking back to their dorms alone at night from the library, guys were encouraged to walk them home. So Bill Clinton was out there every single night saying, "Hey, can I walk you home? Hey, can I walk you home? Hey, can I walk you home?" And apparently his mom actually he actually asked her, and she said yes. And then they got to where he was going to drop her off, and she was going to ask him to come up for a beer. And
who's this?
John Mulaney's mother.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And the funny thing
can we confirm any of this?
I mean, sort of. It's part of stand-up, and he wasn't joking about it. Both of his parents are lawyers.
Yeah, Bill Clinton's rapey. I think it needs to be, the point needs to be underlined.
Yeah.
Rapist.
Yeah, 100%.
Trump may be the first racist, but he's not the first rapist. Not by a long shot.
Yeah, definitely not. But back to what we were talking about. So 2024, as far as who, it's so hard, man, because the field is going to be so crowded. It's going to be.
I don't know if that's actually true.
Really?
I'm not convinced that we're going to get a crowded field. I think the Republican Party over these last couple of years is starting to understand what people want. Right. And they may put up like 4 or 5 really good candidates, and maybe just. I want Jeb Bush to run again.
Oh yeah, just so we can get smacked around.
There's that doctored video of him like slapping a can.
Yeah.
Can we pull that up? Like right now? Can you pull that up? I want to see that. Jeb Bush slaps someone on campaign trail.
You're gonna have to. Oh, sorry. And we'll link it.
Slaps. Just slaps and see the YouTube video.
All right.
Really? Come on. Your space. Fucking fan or I don't know. Come on, please tell me this is legit.
Media and influence, changing hearts and minds because politics and
that was not even. Oh my god! God damn it! I swear there was some like doctored clip of him just clocking someone.
Oh, damn! That's unfortunate. Oh well. If we're able to find it, we'll link it. But I kind of would like to see that just to see him get freaking destroyed.
Because he comes back lower energy.
Even lower energy.
I drank some 5-hour energy for Charlotte today's press conference. Thought that had one bit.
The thing that's like the most hilarious thing is like he had less energy than Ben Carson did.
Yeah.
Which is saying something.
And he was stupider.
He's definitely stupider because Ben Carson is this really, really smart guy. Really smart man.
And if he wasn't smart, he's a brain surgeon, so he could make himself smart with like super duper like fucking comic book level like bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He could doctor Jerome himself to put himself in an android body and just be like fucking.
Yeah, Brainiac, except not a bad guy.
Well, I don't actually know what Ben Carson would get up to if he had the Brainiac, if he was capable of those things.
I don't know either. But
I wouldn't claim to know the man that well, but
Yeah.
hopefully he wouldn't be a bad guy.
right, I'm assuming he wouldn't be.
If he was, he'd be really soft-spoken.
Yeah. For
Dude,
sure.
not as. Oh my god, I love that with like Jordan Peterson like is in rehab and we still make fun of him.
Yeah.
Fantasy of all the variables. And I know who was it? I was talking to not talking to. So who was what video it was where someone was trying to do a Jordan Peterson impression, and they're like, "That's fine, just do the Kermit voice." So like, his friends were aware, and he must be aware that the Kermit voice has become the de facto Jordan Peterson like meme.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we've.
Well, hold on. Who do you want to see? Like who do you think is actually considering running, and who of those do you want to see?
I like to see Kanye on some pills. That'd be nice. I could take another Rand Paul run. I could take another Rand Paul. Yeah, I could take another one of those runs. Good Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
I want him to come back with a lot more fire. Keep the beard.
Oh yes.
Make
He needs
more
to be
machine gun bacon.
Yes.
That'd be cool. And then Don Jr. would be like a really staunch. I don't know what his fiscal policy is though. I'd like to see if he's gonna like balance the budget really at all. If he's gonna really get. If he's gonna get us to a point where we actually like are not like in the red.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know what his deal is there, but he does seem to be much more libertarian than his father.
Oh yeah, he seems to be a lot more libertarian.
Don Jr. would be good.
Yeah.
And then I want to see Alex Jones run because that would just be the greatest thing ever.
That would be. That totally would be.
I mean, if you thought Trump got memed into office, oh boy.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Yeah.
Turn the frickin' frogs gay. Tired of them putting chemicals in the water. Turn the frickin' frogs gay.
Come on over here. Come on over here.
You, get over here. Coward!
Wait, what is he? You're faking a fraud! Runs after him. That shit was great.
Is that what you think about Hillary? Yeah, she's an interdimensional space demon. She's from another dimension. She's a literal interdimensional space demon. Like, please get Alex Jones.
Oh yeah, don't.
Dude, in Alex Jones' presidency, they get up to like talk to him. He's doing his own press conferences, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, what about so and so's actions and like this and this and trying to see?" And he's like, "Conspiracy, bullshit, chemtrails. Chemtrails are fucking controlling the weather. Bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's interdimensional space fucking child rapists, goddamn cannibals, man. Fucking Christ. They're putting chemicals in the water to turn the freaking Japanese gay." Wouldn't that be great? Because I mean, he's just gonna like expand that. And just,
Yeah. Dude, man, the memes would be so great from that. No, but in all seriousness,
No, in all seriousness, I want an Alex Jones presidency. Like, listen, I don't honestly think that matters anymore because the government's so fucked. But if anyone's gonna get in there and just destroy the institution, Alex Jones would be the man. He'd walk up in there with his 50 cal MP5 and be like, "Where's the nearest executive branch? I'm killing everyone in it." And he'd just go in there and just like sort of like he wouldn't even get congressional approval. There just wouldn't be an executive branch anymore.
Yeah.
Like there would not a branch. Sorry, where's the nearest executive office? Like whatever agency. It's not. He doesn't need congressional approval. They'll just be dead. He'll just be dead.
Yep. Yeah.
They were all traitors, communists. Kill them all.
You globalist cock.
Globalist cocks.
Globalist cocks.
They're working with the EU. It's fishy bullshit.
Yep. But
Interdimensional
anyway.
child rapist, fucking multi-million goddamn dollar, fucking. You don't even know, man. You don't. Green Goblin looking, fucking.
Big bouncing goblins.
Goblins. Yes. Where's my 50 cal?
Yeah. But
It's astounding that a band like that is allowed to drive around Austin with an armored car to 50 cal. I mean, I would be so concerned. I'd be so concerned. He sees someone wearing like a pussy hat and be like, you're a lizard person. Just blows him out of the, just blows him away. You know what I mean?
yeah.
He sees
Oh,
like
yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg flying for a conference in one of like these Austin like tech companies.
Mhm.
It's like Mark fucking Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing he wouldn't do.
Yeah.
And there's so people were like Trump. You remember Trump said he's like, I could literally shoot someone on Fifth Avenue. My fans still support me. He could literally blow a child away with that 50 cal and his armored vehicles shouting about interdimensional child rapists, and I'd be on board. Like I don't give a fuck what Alex Jones would do. I'd be so on board. He could put literally anything into law via executive order, and I wouldn't challenge it. There is nothing that man could do that I would honestly have any complaints with because it's Alex fucking Jones. It's so good. So listen, Republicans, if you really want my vote, I insist, run Alex Jones, please.
And here's where I'm going to say.
Or actually, you know what would actually be more appropriate?
What?
The Libertarian Party ran him.
Yes.
That'd be so in line with their
There you
motif.
go. Yep. So much better than recently.
Yeah.
He'd
be like, I know the last leader, Libertarian Party, for Black Lives Matter. Fuck Black Lives Matter. Fuck, no lives matter. They're all fucking interdimensional child-eating demons. Every one of them. All of them. Everyone. No one you know is real.
Yeah.
Chemicals in the water.
Anyways.
I think we've made enough fun of Alex Jones.
Yeah.
To be totally fair, he wouldn't care. Like the dude's got a
yeah.
good sense of humor, and he's
Oh, he really
he's a
does.
legitimately funny person.
Oh yeah, no, he's freaking hilarious.
I'll work on my impression of him so we can bring him out like every so often because
yeah.
God, I love Alex Jones.
Yeah, it's so hilarious. But anyways,
I think we've spent the last 5 minutes just Alex Jones ranting. I think we can safely say we've hit. I think it's actually the opposite of peak politics. We've hit the lowest point we possibly could have in politics.
Yeah.
I think the irony of our name is we actually hit low points more often than we do high points.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the point. But on a more serious note, like you,
Actually, no one hits the high points, but
yeah. Got him. So I really want to see a Ted Cruz presidency. Like I really do. That
I want to see a Don Jr. Alex Jones ticket.
of course.
It'll be the best ticket. It'll be the best campaign. That's not what I say. That's what they tell me. That's what everyone says. It's not what I say. It's not me. Everyone tells me that.
Yeah.
It'll be tremendous.
Right. I definitely would like to see
They're putting
more.
chemicals in the water to make campaigns great again.
There you go.
I mean, like really.
Yeah.
Please, for the love
you
of
go.
God. If you know what's right, if you know what's good for you, you will make an Alex Jones ticket.
Yeah.
I don't care which party. You could be a Democrat. Like, you need an Alex Jones ticket.
Anyways. But,
Speaker of the House? Come on.
anyways. What's it called? You made me lost my train of thought. Thanks.
We didn't have a train of
Don
thought.
Jr. So for Don Jr., I would be down, but I just need to see more of like sort of what his stances are on everything before I fully like get behind that. But if he's as libertarian as I think he is, then let's go. Let's have a freaking Cruz, Trump Jr. ticket.
Dude, wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, I would.
Cruz on the debate stage with Don Jr. It's like, your father killed my political career. I mean, just like mad shots.
Yep.
He told me my father killed JFK. Well, your father killed my fucking political career, so nice job on that.
Yeah.
Oh, that dude, the jokes, man, mad jokes.
Oh yeah, it'd be fantastic, and
we deserve it.
yeah,
We had to watch Hillary Clinton run a campaign.
yeah,
We deserve a Don Jr. ticket.
yeah. No, I agree.
Now, I don't know if we deserve Alex Jones, and we need him desperately. It will save the union, but I don't know if we've done anything to deserve that great a presidency.
Right. I'm trying to think of who else. Down the line, I think I would like a Dan Crenshaw run, like down the line. Definitely not now, because
He needs to work his way to
just got
Senate.
in- Yeah, he like just got in. I think he's a freshman.
Yep. He needs to work his way to Senate, and then he needs to spend a couple years there.
Yeah. for
Then
sure.
I'll be happy to see him run.
Yeah, but also at the same time, when it comes to Cruz, like as much as I love the Cruz presidency, I really want him to be nominated to the Supreme Court. He would be a fantastic.
No, because
judge. Really?
he would be a good judge, but I think he'd be a better president.
You do?
I think he'd make more of an impact, yeah.
Okay. I could see that.
Because he's good at proposing legislation. He is. The legislation that he proposes, I've seen a reasonable amount of it, not a ton. And I don't have a problem with it. I think he actually writes his legislation fairly well. He works with good people.
Yeah.
He has good connections in the Senate and whatnot. I think he'd be an excellent president, for sure. And then if he wants to retire to Supreme Court, if he's been a president, can you be a Supreme Court justice after being a president? I don't know.
That's a good question.
I don't see a problem. I don't see a conflict there because it's a different branch of government.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
if that was possible, if he could like do his 2 terms and then go to the bench, that'd be great.
I would love that.
So can you imagine them arguing, like trying to repeal one of his policies? And he's like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, but no.
You shouldn't have did that.
Yep, shouldn't have done that. I'm the Zodiac Killer. Stop that. No, but yeah, that's a good point. So
looks all Zodiac Killer like at his at whoever's arguing in front of him, then perish.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Is there really anybody else who might be considering running?
Plus, the thing is that we're going to get people we haven't even heard of who'll run on who'll run on platforms we're not even ready to know about. So we're working with a small group of people that we think would be good. I'd actually like to see who they are and make my decision at the time.
Yeah. All right.
If Don Drew's on the table, I'm going to probably want to go that route.
Right.
He's fiery as fuck. I love the dude.
Oh yeah.
If Ted Cruz is on the table, I'm going to want to at least, if nothing else, get one of those two.
Yeah.
As president and the other as VP. That would be ideal.
Yeah. And then the cool thing about,
and I don't want any pussyfooting around. I mean, I want him to, as soon as he wins, as soon as he becomes a presumptive nominee, like before the convention, I mean, just be out there and say, I want from the very beginning, I'd like to see some candidates run knowing way ahead of time who their VP pick is going to be.
Yep.
Because then I could be more confident which team wants to support.
Yeah, 100%.
Because if Don Jr. comes out and he says, like, oh, I'm going to get random jackass as VP, it's like, oh, well, then why did I support you? Like, that's not what I wanted. But if, like, Ted Cruz comes out and says, well, if I win, I'll try and get Don Jr. on board. Yeah. Okay, then I'll vote for Ted Cruz president. Yep. You know, I'll have a clear choice here.
Yeah.
You know, I want to make sure that we're on the same page here. Like,
yeah.
So that's my tip to the Republican convention. Make it clear who your VP pick is, because it actually matters this time. I didn't pay attention much to Pence, and I really should have. He's a good dude, and I wish I'd done more research. Yeah. But I'm paying attention this time.
Yeah.
There's certain people I really want to be in that
position. For sure. And the cool thing about if it were...
The memes will never be as good as they were with President Trump, but I guess maybe we can get back to policy.
Yeah, for sure. If we do get a Cruz, like Don Jr. presidency, it would be really cool, because do you remember when Trump said in one of the debates, he was like, you know what, I might actually consider making you my VP, Cruz. And then he obviously didn't, but I think that
big loss for the country, by the way.
Huh?
That he didn't. Big loss.
Yeah.
Country.
Yeah, that's true, but it would have been...
Zodiac Killer and Child Cager. Oh my god, what a fucking team, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'll cage them with the butter. You cut their faces off. I mean, like, what the... Oh my god.
No, but
can you imagine if Bill Clinton knew that you could use the executive office to cage children? If only he knew that was possible. Too bad it took Obama to reveal it.
Yeah.
We didn't know it was possible until Obama did it.
Yeah. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Can we fuck it up worse? Yes, we can.
Yep.
Bob the Builder would be so disappointed in our politics.
Oh yeah. So.
Oh my God! Can we get a Bob the Builder? Can we get a Bob the Builder campaign? Can we fix it? Maybe.
No.
You vote for me.
I actually have a funny story about Bob the Builder, and then we'll cut after that. So when I was like 5.
This isn't funny. We're cutting now.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Hold on, chill. So this is going to be the first time I've said the F word in a long time, and I'm going to say it for comedy's sake. So
faggot.
No, not that one. The other one. I say that one all the time.
Fuchsia?
Not that one. Just let me tell the story. So I used to watch Bob the Builder, of course, as 5-year-olds did back in the early 2000s, and you know how the song is like "Scoot, Muck, and Dizzy." Well, I spent a lot of time... I
can see where this is going.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time listening to my dad playing games on his computer, talking to his friends, and so I
Bad choice.
Yeah. So I changed it. I made a parody, and I said, "Let's get fucking busy."
That wasn't that funny. I'm sorry. You tried. I appreciate your efforts.
But I was like 5, so it's pretty funny that I picked that up like. And they thought it was hilarious. But, yeah. Okay.
I miss the Alex Jones content.
Okay, well.
Listen, the fans have spoken.
What fans?
Me. I'm the only one that takes this show seriously.
That's not true.
Are you sure? Because I haven't gotten any comments from you goddamn fucking cocksucking jackasses. You're gonna suck the lifeblood of my fucking opinions and not tell me how you feel about them? Fuck you. Fucking vampires.
Oh man. All right.
You're not even the good kind of the Twilight vampires.
Oh no, not
shit.
Twilight vampires. Oh no. All right. It's your turn to do the outro. Jackass.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Oh, fuck, I can't find the sucker.